Part number two. Hello. Ah. So Logan, yeah, here it's also like really, it's just the directness of what is. Very simple. And calling this booming, or for example, like Friday. I worked longer than planned and I just felt so fucking groggy. Oh my gosh. I just had no fucking clue how to get home. And then just dropping here, almost dead, like just sleeping. That's it. Booming grogginess. That's it. And now,
That
like,
sounds like fun.
oh, it was kind of, I don't know how to call it. I enjoyed it so much. It was just like crazy. And now today, energy came back like yesterday already. Now just going through the forest, doing my jumping like crazy, booming aliveness. It just is. It just is, no matter what. And yeah, and I totally get you, Tony Daniels. I totally get the point with the no suffering, ending suffering, the need to change it. Of course, of course.
Who was the guy who was just questioning the need to stop the loop? I'd be
Logan,
interested to hear
Logan,
a little bit more of
Logan.
what he wanted. I'd be
Me.
interested to hear a little bit more of what he was saying, actually,
Yeah, Logan,
about
continue. If
questioning. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess just from here, it seems like I don't know why it should need to stop. I don't know why anything should stop or go or continue or um, I really heard what you said about, thousands of years of people writing about this and the end of suffering and everything. And I think that's it too. Um,
Which it? Which it?
Well, it is it for me because I was talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
I know,
that
Tony.
means
But
that is it for me. So yes.
when people say which is it? Which it are they referring to?
Logan, what are you
I'm
referring to,
curious. I'm
sweetheart,
so
when you
I'm
say
not
curious because
I'm not
I
referring to
never
any
seen it. I never experienced an it or know it. So please enlighten me with just it. Which it?
it's just an expression in the moment.
Okay. So there's an it which is an expression in the moment.
yeah,
In which moment? Where?
this year.
Yeah,
This one, Sander, this one here, this one. Look, it's just it's right in the bottom of your screen, just there,
Okay,
there.
okay. Well, I don't
Oh,
see
it's
it.
good. Oh, it's gone now. It's gone.
Okay.
Then we must ask what is presence. If there is no this, there is no here, there is no now. Is there presence
Oh,
or something?
Oh,
Giovanni.
you tell
Why?
me because
Why do you need to ask what? Why do you need to ask what presence is when you know what it is?
Yeah, but then we must stop talking at all. I mean, we are here having fun, questioning each other, trying
Hmm.
to, just tossing coins and playing. This is my
Well,
game now.
well,
What is presence?
do you think you can actually define what presence is? I mean, I don't think you can find the words to describe what presence is, other than say, well, I know what it is, right? I mean, really,
Yeah,
are
but
there
that's
words for it?
no, I think that we can lead to a certain border, and after that border, we cannot say anything
maybe because the
anymore.
words are the presence already. I mean,
They are,
not really, of course, but
yeah, there is nothing that is not the presence
right,
already.
Tony?
Yes, of course. But some people talk about, oh, you've got to be in the present. Well, my
It's
answer
hard.
to that always is, how is it possible to be anywhere else but the present?
But just a sec. I did not say present, right? I said presence. Present is something squeezed between some future and some past. That's impossible. But presence, being. I know that people don't like these words, but
Oh,
we are
being, yes.
talking-
Okay, yeah. I'm with you, Giovanni. I'm with you, Giovanni. I mean, I would just say, yes, you're always going to be present. There's always going to be presence in the present. But if you're using the word present as another word for being, then yes, I understand. I understand what you're saying. But I
But
don't.
it's hard. I think it's hard to be in the absence of a separated you and something else, a present to be in.
Separated from what, Sander?
When
you talk about separation, right? Just in normal language, right? The word separation only means something if you're talking about two things. Like this, the wall is separate from the
exactly.
floor.
So like I said, there's no separation, no sense of separation or sense of wholeness. I cannot find anything separate. As a matter of fact, believing that there is something separate or not separate, or claiming something to be separate, is already not separate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but there is still the appearance of many, even though there's no separation.
Yes, but the appearance itself is already not separated from the non-appearance of something which is separate.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Already.
Always.
But, often there's this discussion about, this limit, what appears to be this limited individual personality. And then another aspect you can talk about, which you could say is the impersonal. But for me, there is no difference between the impersonal and the personal. Or you might say there's no separation. But for me, the impersonal and the personal live together very, very happily without conflict or contradiction. And that's why I really, finally, don't really have any, questions. I like to discuss this, but for me, I don't have any questions because the questions come from the personal. And because the personal is no different to the impersonal, all of the questions just disappear.
Beautiful, Tony Daniels, beautiful. So, because I know Tony Guri, sweetheart, because I know you have to go. Would you like to share something about this last?
Yes, thank you. I only want to say that here there's not any feeling of searching for anything at all. And if we are here, it's not because we are seekers, it's only because the sharing and enjoying words, playing, nothing else, just not searching at all. But even the suffering, on the one hand, one could say that living is searching, breathing is searching, avoiding suffering. But there's not any searching for a meaning. There's no meaning.
Tony, sweetheart, was there a search, a seeking happening in the past?
I don't know. It seems, but was a performance.
It was a movie.
Yes. because you can't see it. You can't see it anymore. It's gone. It's just this.
Gone. I don't know.
It's gone.
I don't know. Well, guys, a pleasure.
Tony,
a pleasure to be with you. And Sander, I love this, saying this only just this. I don't know what is presence. I don't know what is the absolute. I don't know even unconditional love. But this, I don't know what is this, but it's just this.
But you love it. Beautiful, Tony, sweetheart. I wish you a beautiful evening. See you Tuesday evening.
I like the beard, Tony.
Yeah, me too. I like it. Keep on.
Hey, Tony. Tony, one more thing. You're not in an area that's been affected by these floods, are you?
No.
Oh.
No, that is in the south, in Valencia. Thank you. No.
Bye, Tony.
Bye bye.
Yeah, Tony Daniels, please continue with the topic. Sorry for interrupting you there.
Oh no, that's okay. Where was I?
Present.
Seeking. Actually, okay, Tony's gone now, but he just made that last remark. He said, well, there's still seeking. There's no seeking. Oh, no, how did he put it? He said when the seeking stops, there's still seeking, but I didn't understand that. There is. Oh, you can only speak for yourself, of course. I mean, for me, there is no seeking. There are no questions. But there's still there's an interest in discussing and sharing. I can't really explain what that is. It's just what it is.
Eddie, sweetheart, is there seeking for you, girl?
On and off, but lately it's just becoming so fucking obvious that, like, why, when this is so freaking amazing, if it's just lived in. But it seems that those waves just sort of crash and tumble on their own. And when they do, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it seems to be happening less.
Only when the car keys are misplaced.
Oh yeah, when I lose my car, I'm like, car keys. I'm like, where are my car keys?
Well, here this is not happening. I don't have a car, so it's quite easy going.
You lose your bike keys.
It's only the radical non-dualists who seem to claim that seeking is dirty and that it needs to stop.
Yeah, for sure. And what even is?
Oh,
what the fuck
absolutely,
even is that?
you're right about that.
Like, what even is that?
It's only the Tony and his beautiful angels who claim that seeking is something which needs to stop and it's dirty and blah 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 and it needs to fall away. Of course, only apparently, because nothing really happens. But that you're not going to say. You're not going to say to your children when she was hit by a car that nothing is happening. This is only nice in birthday parties when it's getting boring. Then you say nothing is happening.
Sandra, I never said that seeking is a dirty business.
Oh,
I never said that.
Not you, Tony.
Tony.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful because Tony, of course, is always referring to himself when he hears the name Tony.
No, I don't mean you, Tony.
Oh, you're talking about Tony Guri. Yeah. Okay.
Tony Parsons.
Tony Parsons.
Tony. Oh, the wonderful Tony Parsons.
The
wonderful Tony Parsons.
The one and only.
Isn't he? I mean, he's not even there. He doesn't exist. What are you talking about?
The one in the park. No, the one who walked in the park, like Tola sat on the bench, Like
Jim,
because people pressed him to tell the story, but he doesn't like to tell the story of the park.
Well, look, listen. The point is, there's a bit of a contradiction here, isn't there? Because I remember, I will never forget, I was watching this video of Tony Parsons, and he was giving one of his talks, and he was in Germany, and he said to the audience, he said, "Look, outside that door, there is no Frankfurt. There's no Frankfurt outside that door." And then I thought to myself, well, there might not be a Frankfurt outside that door, but you were taking donations for the satsang from everyone when they came through the door. So that was real.
Yeah, it's really nice. Especially when it's clean. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing.
You're on the move.
There's nothing wrong with some non-dual cash flow. I mean,
yeah, Tony. We can also say, Tony Daniels. We can also say, well, everything is business. It's fucking freaking business. Why not? Why not?
And if you don't make any donations, he won't be angry either, because I never gave any donation to him and he never said anything. Neither.
But that's very good what you said. That's very good what you said, Rosa. What I would say is everything is transactional. There's always a transaction of some kind.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's
Well,
the
when
nature
there
of
seems to be a need, there's always people willing to sell some shit, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's all shit. It's a shit show, like who was
Amor was saying, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Amor, you know, the shit show guy. I mean, yeah.
I mean, this.
So Jim Newman is the same, isn't he? But Jim Newman, he actually says, "I'm talking about liberation." So he uses the liberation word, but you know, we
it's
put him in a
beautiful.
similar
It's beautiful.
category.
It's beautiful to see because I am in a way when Jim or Tony Parsons are popping up with a new video, which is very seldom. I subscribe to channel, so I really take the time and enjoy what's coming out there. I love listening to this, and it's interesting because Jim Newman said beautifully, like, oh, you know what? I used to say this because the people are, but you say this is just liberation, but and I don't know what it was, I forgot, but he said, I'm not anymore saying this because it's misleading. It's misleading. So, okay, it's really about something there. Because if I use this word, it's misleading. There is a proper way to talk about nothing being everything. What a beauty. So, in a way, this simply is not resonating. Sweetheart, General Lynching, what are you saying? I love this. I love this saying. This shit is not flying here. Yeah, exactly. But nevertheless, I enjoy to listen. It's also Tony Parsons. A little bit hard to understand, Tony, but yeah, it's beautiful. Also, kind of joking and telling jokes.
Yeah, I like their humor a lot. I like the humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love mostly when they say this is not a teaching. In a way, they just teach what the teaching is or not. I mean, it's you know, it's already in the first sentence. It goes the wrong way, so to say.
Well, they say
There's no teacher and there's no student.
Sorry, they say
No
that
teacher.
they have nothing to offer. It's different. I mean,
Yeah, but that's just another offer that they have nothing to offer.
Oh, listen, there's a guy
Offering
I
of
think who's
nothing. I mean,
even more extreme than you know, Andre Muller.
guys,
I mean,
Rosa,
it
you know
doesn't
this
matter,
German
right?
guy, Andre Muller? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I know.
really off the scale.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anyone is on the scale, so to say, but but I mean, this is not about pissing on you know, the great ones, the Jims and the
Beautiful.
Tims
Yeah.
and the Andreas. I mean, it's not you know, pissing on them or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, but it can be enjoyable. It can be enjoyable.
I must say that I really love the characters. Sweethearts and the Lynching, we also did a talk with Andreas Müller, right? He is such a beautiful character, and just like instantly popping up on YouTube, seeing them, listening to them, and then not listening to this anymore, or just interesting, you know. It's just like so beautifully playing out. No more, no less.
No more.
You're not going to get something from this.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
But Tony, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Good question. Very good question.
You're simply being very polite, following my invitation, or you simply, I feel very, very much entertained here with you, sweethearts. Thank you for this. Maybe this is the reason.
Well, I had to come because Sandra sent me the invite, so it would have been rude not to, right? So
exactly.
Hello, Gregory.
Well, you know, yeah, Gregory. So, yeah, I mean, are we really here? Who knows that?
Right. I like
of
that.
course we.
So I mean,
I
mean, here there's no feeling of being here or not being here, but there seems to be something going on, like a story, which is saying, well, I'm sitting on the chair, you know, but there's nothing more to it. And, you know, then there's maybe a belief of that story or not, or sometimes or never, which already is just another so-called story, that it can be believed or not believed, or that there is you or no you.
Actually, Giovanni, you said, who is we? Actually, that's a good question, because from my perspective, from my experience, I would have to say that I am here and you are just some pixels on the computer screen. So from my
not even
perspective,
that, because, sorry to interrupt you, but even even the pixels and the screen is not there. It's you, right? Because it's in your mind. It's nowhere
I would
else.
say that, yes, I would say that.
So when we talk about Tony, I forgot his Parsons and Jim Newman, we are talking about what? I mean, they are just images in our own existence. I don't want to use the word mind, because mind is just another concept. But, you know, we are talking about others. We are talking about, where are these others? Somewhere else? Or what?
But which others?
Well, as I said before, there's this transactional thing that happens on the personal level. So on the one hand, you can say, well, yeah, there's nothing there from one perspective, but on the other hand, there is the appearance of something that is there. Look, I always say that the most accurate way you could say this using language is, if you're talking about the world, you know, this thing that appears to us as the world, is that it is neither real nor unreal. You cannot say it's unreal and you cannot say it's real.
Who would know that it's real, or who would know it's unreal? Who would know that there is something like a world?
Me, because I just said it. You see, it's quite simple, isn't it? Because I said it, therefore that's the experience. Because what else is there than me saying that?
Oh yeah, but who is?
It's like when Giovanni says, it's like when Giovanni says, "Why are we discussing Tony Parsons?" I don't know. I mean, I have no control over what I'm going to say. I mean, I don't know what the next thought is going to be. There's not a little man in my head who's pulling levers and strings and deciding, well, I'm going to do this. I don't know. The honest answer is, I have no idea what I'm going to think or do next.
Exactly. And there's not something else. Just this. Just what you said. Nothing more.
Nothing less, and not even nothing.
Not even nothing. That's it.
But
yes, but when you yes.
So, but I it's real because I'm here, because I say I'm here. It's no proof for anything, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I'm
here because I'm here, but you know.
Yes. Oh, I see that Gregory is here. I've just had a long convo with Gregory on Facebook.
Nice that you are here, Gregory, and perfectly fine if you're not in a way puking anything out, but feel free, if there is the energy to puke something out, feel free. What was the conversation about, Tony?
Oh, I don't know. It's too long. I mean, I can't.
It was a real mess, you know. I tried to read it, but it was, oh my God, it was like
it was one of those. Yeah,
it was, sweetheart. It was like, oh my God, my eyes are bleeding.
No, more my ears and my eyes. But either
it was
way,
reading. It was not listening.
It was no. It was just an interaction about some ideas and.
So nothing special. Can we say nothing special?
Nothing special, no.
Nothing world moving like Donald Trump being now the president?
Nothing special.
Well, actually, it was extremely profound, I have to admit, but on both sides.
So, you know, I'm a sucker for no separation. So is anyone feeling not separated from this conversation?
I love this brutal honesty and directness, sweetheart. Come on, go on.
Tony, is there a sense of one?
But surely, even making that statement, there is no separation. Is already separation. That's dualistic. You're making a conceptual the mind is making a conceptual observation that there is no separation.
No,
If
I'm not
that were
saying there
true-
is no no. There's a question. Is there a sense of separation? Do you feel separate?
From what? From the
That's the
whole,
question.
from the totality, from the one indivisible reality?
Well,
What?
from whatever you seem to say that there is.
No, but you used the word, so the onus is on you to explain what you mean by it. Separation from what?
Sweetheart,
No
not
separation.
not wanting to answer the question is this already. Boom.
So is
That's
anyone
never
feeling that
actually,
he is here? Is anyone?
Rosa, that's never an answer for me. I know you keep saying that, but that's just never an answer I
Yeah.
would ever give.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I have no issue to feel separate.
No,
No.
I'm not asking that. I'm not asking if there's an issue.
I mean,
Is there a feeling? I don't ask if there's an issue. If you
Sanders,
like it, if you
can I
don't like
answer
it.
that?
Is there a
I'll
feeling?
answer that question.
Yeah.
I'll answer
Yes or
that
no?
question. There is both separation and non-separation
No.
simultaneously.
Yeah, but
This
I'm
is the
not
answer.
asking that, Tony. I love it, but I'm not asking that. This is a
What are
yes
you
or no
asking?
question. Is there a feeling of being here?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Michelle, go on, sweetheart. Is there a feeling of being there?
I said yes.
Also, a feeling of existing.
Yes.
Okay.
Of
What's the
course.
problem?
Well, no,
No problem.
I'm not saying
No
it's
problem.
wrong.
Okay,
No,
no problem.
I love the honesty, Michael. I love the honesty. Yes. Yes.
Very direct. I love the directness. Yeah, and Tony Daniels, now back to you. Is
Sander,
there
you
a
said
feeling of separation?
depends what you mean.
Is there
do
a
you
feeling
feel-
of I exist?
There's a feeling of separation between this chair and this table and this light and the floor. Yes.
Okay.
But internally, there is a, what shall I call it? Unity. You could call it that.
Also, there is internally. Okay.
Okay, Tony, thank you.
But Sander, you said you don't have a sense of self, right? You said this.
No.
No, you said it before. I mean, I'm going back 3 weeks ago. You said you have no sense of self.
He agrees.
But actually, I should have gone deeper into that at the time, because when I say sense of self, I mean just sense of being alive, being sentient,
no sense
being
of
conscious.
being alive either. No,
but the sense of aliveness of you don't have that?
No, he's dead. This is
that's an
dead.
extraordinary answer, actually. That's an extraordinary answer.
That's why I'm asking. I love Michael's direct reaction. And
totally.
There's
that's
also
why I said also here's I am here, full on.
Well, Sander, are you here?
How you mean? Are you here? Where?
Well, it's just a question.
You're confusing him.
Are you here? Well, I don't know. It's a simple question, though, isn't it?
What do you mean with here? Where do you mean?
Are you there sitting on the chair, sweetheart? Over there in Sweden? In your room?
There seems to be a story going that there's someone in a room on the screen sitting somewhere in a chair. Why are you asking me that, so to say? Why? It's just what's coming up there.
Is there something wrong with this story?
No, I'm not saying it's wrong or not.
Hmm.
So, but when you say I feel separated from the chair, here's no feeling of separated with the chair or the room or the conversation or the words or the scream.
Yes, you see, there you are.
Is there a sense of wholeness either, or a feeling of
but you see, there you are. You say, well, what is this question? I mean, am I here?
No.
Here you are. You're already referring to these objects: the room, the screen, Sweden, whatever. You're already referring to these objects. So there's a point of reference, isn't there? There's a point of reference.
But because there's no sense of separation to the soul, there's no point of reference either. There's not a feeling of a location as in here I am and there the chair is. That's just a self-referential story. Here you see it as a point of reference, but there is no sense of a point of location nor of non-location. There's no feeling of sitting in a chair talking, nor a non-feeling of sitting in the chair talking. So there's no sense of location, nor a sense of no location. There's no feeling of sitting somewhere or feelings of sitting nowhere.
The experience of objects appearing to you does not mean separation.
No, it's not appearing for whom?
All right, well, let's just say appearing then. Let's take out that difficulty of appearing to you or to appearing to someone. It's appearing. There is the experience of objects appearing.
No, not really. There is maybe there's maybe
not really.
No, how you mean?
Is that like 50% or what?
You
Not
talk
really.
about appearing as if it is an actual thing.
No, I didn't say that. They're your words, not mine.
Okay.
I just said appearing. Appearing is appearing in you could say in your mind. Then you're even complicating it now because you're saying, well, what is a mind?
Okay. Well, wait, Tony, sweetheart, wait a sec. Zanderlinchen, so how would you explain it? How it's
explain what? What is there to explain?
That there is no sense of a me.
But what is there to explain about the sense of a me, no sense of a me, the idea of a me, the thought of a me, the lack of the sense of me? What is there to explain?
So what are we doing here?
Blubbering.
Tell me, Giovanni, what are we doing here?
Sharing.
For me, having fun.
Yeah, okay. Same here.
Yeah. Sander, you clicked on the Zoom link, so you must have been able to see it to do that.
Oh, but there was no feeling of clicking on the Zoom link.
Oh, I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about. Do you think I mean? No, wait, no, because this is important. Do you think that what I'm suggesting is that when you click on the Zoom link, you have this self-referential dialogue going on inside that says, now I am taking the mouse, now I am clicking on the Zoom link? No, of course. Who does that? Nobody does that.
Well, I'm doing this from time to time.
Here you go.
Sorry, Tony.
Yes.
Rosa,
sorry. Yes.
Tony, you have your answer.
I didn't want to. How is it called? Ich wollte dich nicht enttäuschen. I didn't meant to disappoint you, sweetheart. But this is here. Yeah, definitely. I hope that I'm hitting the right button to record. You know. But by the way,
I know what you're referring to, Tony.
But by the way, sweetheart,
Rosa, you're correct. Sometimes you talk to yourself.
The time is again running out. This is the second session. So do we want to, when we're kicked out again, do we want to continue in part 3? I can go until 9:30. Or shall we leave it like this and continue next Tuesday on Zanderlinchen show? So
let's go on.
Let's go on. Okay. So, let's go.
Let's go on.
Let's join again. Yeah, Tony, I'm listening to you.
I want to get to the bottom of Sander's mind.
Yeah, let's do more, maybe something will come out of this shit.
Sander, maybe it will. There's always more that we can talk about.
Oh my God, maybe.
There are more concepts to explore and more searching and seeking we can do together tonight.
Well,
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Sorry? Logan.
I was curious when you said, I think you said internally there's a feeling of unity or something like that. I was curious what that feels like for you.
Well, there is no internal or external. It's just
beautiful, Tony.
It's just a mode of speech. This is a perfect demonstration, of course, of this kind of paradox that is being lived here, of the impersonal and the personal. I mean, yeah. Well, Gregory Miller
is applauding.
Yeah, there is no internal and external. Internal where? Have you ever found a door? You know, when the guru is saying, go inside, everybody's acting as if they know where the door is. Go inside. Oh my God.
I
Where?
always knew, sweetheart, I always knew where to go. I
Where?
always knew
Where
where
to
to go.
go? Where inside? Where outside?
I
But,
don't know.
Logan, here's the funny thing. When I say there is no internal or external, however, when I use that word, the apparent other seems to understand that it has a meaning. Nevertheless,
Mm.
When you use which word?
internal. I mean, saying in reality there is no from the impersonal perspective, there is no internal or external. But from the limited personal perspective, there is. That's why I keep saying these two things exist together. The
This is
question
interesting.
is, are they producing a conflict in your mind, or are they not? For
Oh,
me,
interesting.
they are not.
Yeah.
For me, they are not. There is no conflict
Interesting.
whatsoever.
Yeah, not.
There is no need to find any
Yeah,
answers.
no conflict. That's right.
No conflict.
Logan, what about you?
Beautiful.
So when you say from the, I forget exactly the word you used, but the individual perspective, there is internal and external. What are you, from that perspective, calling internal and external? Like the difference between thought versus what is seen?
Well, for instance, I could use an example such as this. I could say that, externally there are experiences. So when I look out of the window and I see a tree, that's something that's happening externally. But thoughts, private thoughts that I have, that's something that happened internally. So I could use that example. And if I did, I think most people would understand what that means.
But
Because
Logan,
that
Each one
Yeah.
would understand in its own way.
exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, exactly.
but Logan, from the perspective of thought or from the perspective of what is? I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, that's what I was asking Tony, because he was defining kind of two different
It-
perspectives.
So having recognized that there is this impersonal, or you could say witnessing aspect of consciousness, and there is this external appearance of objects, the question is, does that cause a conflict? Does it create questions? And that's the separation. That's the separation. That's what you would call separation. Sorry, Logan, I don't know if I answered that. What was your specific question?
I don't know. I don't know if I had one, but
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
that makes sense.
fantastic. You don't know. That's perfect. That's perfect. Just be there. Stay there. Stay there
When
with,
we-
I don't
when
know.
we-
Shit, Tony, this is hurting my ears.
Tony, come on,
I love you,
sweetheart.
Tony.
No,
really, I do.
Sander, that was the antidote for you. That was an anti-concept.
Oh,
That was
beautiful.
your
Just be
antidote.
there. Just stay there. Stay where? Who
Yeah, you
scares
see,
me?
there's no concept there, is there?
But I love it, Tony. You know I love you.
Love you too,
Okay.
Sander.
So, sweethearts, see you in part 2 for everyone who wants to join. Okay.
Part 3.
Part 3. Oh, beautiful
Yeah.
that someone is counting. Oh my
Yeah, and-
gosh.
You know, someone is yeah, okay, great.
Beautiful, beautiful.
There's a